Crisis averted.
I'm not going to play that game with them anymore.
As President Donald Trump signs a government funding bill, Caplin News is live from our D.C. bureau. Making waves.
Offers all across the board.
Caplin News is live with why this is the best time to book a cruise. And off to the races.
We're really looking forward to trying to get a good result.
A look into the Formula E race at Hard Rock Stadium. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez.
And I'm Valeria De Sosa. Today's Wednesday, February 4th, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
The partial shutdown has ended because of a temporary solution. The government is back open this morning after President Trump signed a $1.2 trillion spending bill to end the partial shutdown that started last Friday at midnight.
That's right, and while most agencies are now funded through September, another deadline is quickly approaching. Our DC Bureau reporter Cassie Martinez is live at Capitol Hill with what comes next. Good morning, Cassie.
Good morning, guys, and lawmakers now have less than 2 weeks to strike up their next deal. This bill funds the Department of Homeland Security through February 13th, setting up negotiations for immigration enforcement.
Democrats are pushing for more oversight of ICE, including stricter warrant requirements after the shooting deaths of 2 civilians in Minneapolis. Some Republicans have demands, including a crackdown on sanctuary cities. Others are pointing to the impact of another shutdown.
Americans are being murdered on the streets by this rogue agency, so I'm not going to play that game with them anymore. If they want to come with firm guarantees and assurances and guardrails, we can talk, but until then, I'm going to be a no.
Lose this, what they'll be shutting down is FEMA operations as we're cleaning up from the winter storms. They'll be shutting down TSA. I mean, so many important functions in the Department of Homeland Security is what will be adversely affected by these partisan games.
In addition to FEMA and TSA, shutdown would also affect the Coast Guard and Secret Service. However, immigration enforcement agencies would still be able to run mostly uninterrupted due to Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Reporting from the U.S. Capitol, Cassie Martinez, Caplin News.
New reaction today over President Trump's announcement that he would close the Kennedy Center for 2 years due to renovations. Our D.C. Bureau reporter Lucas Bogardis has the latest developments from Washington.
What started as a surprise announcement is now turning into a full-blown crisis for artists and workers here at the Kennedy Center, as new statements, public outcries, and union pushback all gain momentum.
This week, the union Kennedy Center Arts Workers United said in a statement to Washington local station ABC7 they received no formal notice or briefing about how the closure could affect jobs, benefits, or contract rights for hundreds of workers and staff. The backlash is also coming from the artistic community. The online magazine and news site Deadline reported that Broadway star Patti LuPone criticized the plan as harmful to a national treasure. Members of the Kennedy family, including Maria Shriver and Jack Schlossberg, said in statements and social media posts that the shutdown appears politically motivated rather than necessary for a repair. The Washington Post had different reactions on Capitol Hill, with Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland and D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton saying they are concerned about oversight and regional impact, while Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson said a full rebuild is necessary to preserve the landmark.
So far, the closure is moving forward and set to happen on July 4th. President Trump says renovations will cost around $200 million and will include a replacement of the roof and what he calls some structural changes. However, the building will not be torn down. Reporting from the Kennedy Center, I'm Lucas Bogardis, Caplin News.
Residents are rushing to the DMV as tomorrow will be the last day to take the Florida's driver's exam in a language other than English. Many have been preparing for months to take their driver's license exam, but now they have to book those appointments to take it today. For those like Ana Valdez, she continues to learn the English language, but says that she still struggles with it and not being her native language.
If they could give us a bit more time, it would be beneficial to all because we aren't going to be able to learn English from one day to the next.
Florida Highway Safety Motor Vehicles say that the state takes the leading role in safety by requiring all exams to be taken in English without an interpreter. Locals have mixed reactions, with some arguing learning English is necessary to live in America, while others believe language shouldn't prevent anyone from driving.
Health officials report a measles outbreak at a university campus near Fort Myers that began with 2 cases and has jumped to 11 as of this morning. The highly contagious virus is being reported at Ave Maria University. The virus spreads via airborne, and symptoms include a high fever, rash, and runny nose. Students at the campus have concerns about the severity of the outbreak.
I was up early at like 5:30 yesterday morning, and I saw the ambulance taking more kids, and I think it's mainly just because they're dehydrated and just they're not getting enough fluid.
The university says Florida Department of Health doctors, nurses, and a contact tracing team are on campus, and that students without immunity are to isolate in their dorm rooms for 21 days. The outbreak appears to be contained to the university only.
With winter winds blowing, many are thinking about sunny getaways, Valeria.
That's right, and Caplin News reporter Nicola Esper shows us how cruise lines are making it more affordable.
With snow falling and temperatures dropping across the country, many Americans are letting their minds drift from icy streets to island escapes. And right now, that escape may cost less than you think.
You can find deals, discounts, incentives, and offers all across the board.
Travel expert Emily Kaufman says this time of year is all about incentives, designed to get travelers booked early. AAA estimates nearly 22 million Americans will take a cruise this year, setting a record. Royal Caribbean offers select sailings with up to 60% off the second guest, kids sail free, and instant savings up to $850. Other major lines like Carnival, Princess, and Norwegian also have savings, but each has book-by deadlines and specific travel dates. You don't have to travel now, but you do have to book soon to score the deals.
And that was Caplin News reporter Nicola Esper reporting. Now, the House of Mouse is about to make some changes soon as the Walt Disney Company names a new CEO to succeed Bob Iger. The role will go to Justin Morrow, the current chair of Disney's Parks Division. It's welcome news for investors watching Disney's stocks struggle for years in the movie and streaming sectors. DeMorrow is set to start as the new CEO on March 18th, with Iger transitioning to senior advisor.
Formula E has made its grand return to Miami this weekend, transforming Hard Rock Stadium into a hub for high-speed electric racing. Caplin News reporter Paolo Seringano attended the race and gives us an inside look at the Miami E-Prix.
Formula E is officially back in Miami, bringing electric racing to Hard Rock Stadium, where managing energy is just as critical as speed. Miami first hosted Formula E in 2015 before the series stepped away for nearly a decade. And after returning in 2025, the championship comes back again in 2026, signaling a renewed commitment to South Florida.
We're struggling a little bit in terms of our usual performance, but nevertheless, it's our team's home race, and we're really looking forward to trying to get a good result.
But before it was lights out, conditions started to change. Rain moved into the area ahead of the race, creating slippery conditions and reshaping strategy across the grid.
The wet race is always trickier because the car is just more on the limit, and once you're above the limit, it's very penalizing.
Very tricky conditions. In the dry, it was always going to be a very difficult race because it was highly energy sensitive, so it would have been a bit more, I would say probably even more chaotic than it was now in the wet.
And that challenge didn't stop fans from showing up.
It's rare to have rain races, and I'm excited because I brought a poncho. They didn't let me bring my umbrellas in here, but I am willing to bear out the rain if it means that it's going to be a more interesting race.
Wet conditions pushed drivers to the limit, ultimately shaping the outcome. As Jaguar TCS Racing's Mitch Evans claimed his first win of the season, with Porsche's Nico Mueller and Pascal Wehrlein completing the podium. We're world champions on the grid and little margin for error. Formula E's return to Miami highlights how strategy and efficiency are just as important as speed. For Caplin News, I'm Paula Sirignano.
Miami Heat fans felt the nostalgia at the Kaseya Center last night for a special ceremony.
That's right, and that's still ahead, and so is the story.
It's a true community asset and a community benefit that we're excited about.
A South Florida organization teams up with the city of Coral Gables to present a new experience for your furry friends. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthertech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
A new playground is bringing the community and our canine friends together. Valeria, do you have a pet?
Yes, I do, Jose.
Well, you will like this. Pet owners, listen up. A new park opened in South Florida over the weekend that your four-legged friend will absolutely love.
That's right, and Caplin's Valentina Gaspari attended the grand opening and has more details.
With the barks, the squeaks, and some delicious pup cup, the first ever Chewy Bark Park is officially open. It's a collaboration with Friends of the Underline and the South Florida-based company that created the 17,000 square foot park in Coral Gables, with designated play areas for dogs of all sizes, in addition to designed hydration and waste stations.
At the Chewy Bark Park, there's tons of activities to do. One of them is walking right on the Underline, making memories that last through an adventure, or you can just relax and have fun with your furry friends.
It's the perfect place for Archie to burn off his zoomies.
Lots of energy?
A lot. Too much. Miles and his mom Lisa say Archie hates going to the groomers across the street. Now, it's a game changer.
Having this dog park is just amazing. Now he'll be excited to come to the groomer.
From learning pet CPR to fun giveaways and even striking a pose, the event also served as an opportunity to adopt, thanks to the work of these two girls.
They're covering the adoption costs for 4 dogs. They're paying for it.
Presley Bly and Anna Sosa raised over $1,000 through their organization to raise awareness for shelter pets.
If we can't just get them adopted, that we still want to do things to help.
That's what Euless Cleckley loves about events like these.
It's a true community asset and a community benefit that we're excited about.
Reporting in Coral Gables, I'm Valentina Gaspari, Caplin News.
And it's official, the lower temperatures finally got the Miami Heat losing to the Atlanta Hawks last night. The Heat's defense froze and the offense could not find the basket. Jalen Johnson scored 29 points for the Hawks, spoiling the fun of the 20th anniversary of the Miami Heat 2006 championship. Despite good performances by Bam Adebayo and Jaime Jaquez Jr., Miami couldn't keep up, losing Heat little by little. The final score, Heat 115, Atlanta 127, and Miami will travel to the cold and face the Boston Celtics on Friday.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Valeria de Sosa.
And I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez. Get more news anytime at caplin.news.fiu.edu.